All right, team, let's stretch our arms up above our head as we exhale, pushing those hands above the head, filling up those lungs as we step our feet together. And then just working on our breath here, pushing those hands out to the side of the body here. Taking another deep breath in as you exhale, interlocking those fingers, raising them above the head, and then pushing those hands out to the side of the body. Right, let's move into our first stretch here. We're going to move into a hamstring stretch here on the left-hand side. So bending that right knee, and then just pushing that pelvis down, making sure that your back and your spine is nice and neutral. We're going to push down, stretching out the left leg here through the hamstring and sending that right glute towards the back of the room, making sure your hands are above the right knee. We're not pushing on the joint, and really just sinking into the stretch. Again, focusing on that core engagement, keeping that spine nice and neutral as we take a deep breath in, exhale, and moving on to the other side. So we're leaning just above that left knee joint, sending that hip and sending that glute to the back of the room as we stretch through that right leg and really grounding our heel into the floor here. Filling up those lungs, team. Take a nice deep breath in, and every exhale, just think about length, getting taller, growing taller here through the crown of the head. Taking another deep breath in, don't forget to breathe. Exhale as you come back up. All right, let's step those feet nice and wide here. Taking a deep breath in, lifting those arms above the head, hinging down here, and then keeping those hands nice and flat on the floor. Right, spreading those feet nice and wide. We're going to keep our right hand in between our feet as we extend up here through the left. All right, stretching out here, changing hands onto the other side. Nice big stretch as you rotate here. So really focusing on rotating through your lower back as you stretch out here through the inner thighs. Taking a deep breath in as you exhale, you're extending and rotating. All right, holding that stretch, coming back to center. Inhale and exhale as you rotate up, team. Stretching nice and tall, coming back to the center, and then just hanging down here as you stretch through the legs. Take a couple deep breaths in. Grow nice and heavy with your head as you stretch through the back of the legs. And then shimmy those feet together nice and slowly as you round up through the spine, one vertebra at a time, rolling those shoulders back. All right, let's take it down onto the floor now. So we're going to start in a standing position, hinging forward through the hips, keeping those feet as wide as the hips, walking those hands forward until you come down into that lovely down dog position. So we're going to pedal those feet out here. Good job, team. Really thinking of length here through the calves, through the hamstrings, really just getting some length as we ground through those toes, pushing into the heels, and then sending that tailbone up towards the ceiling as you melt down into this move, pushing through those hands. We're going to raise that right leg up, pointing the toe, sending the heel to the bottom, and bringing that through for a pigeon pose here. So nice and flat here through the leg as you extend through that left hip, stretching up here through the front of the body, through the neck, and then walk those hands forward. So we're thinking here of stretching through that right glute, and you're going to feel this here through that left hip. Right, sinking down into this thinking of length through the crown of the head as you walk back up. Nice big stretch up here through the fingertips, and then lifting that right leg up again, bringing the heel towards the bottom. Nice big stretch through the hip as you pedal this move out, team. We're going to take it onto the other side. So remember to breathe through the movements here. Bringing that left leg up, heel towards the bottom, and then bringing that knee down underneath the body into that pigeon pose here on the left-hand side. Good job, team. Take a deep breath in, pushing up here through the fingertips, really thinking of length through the front of the body, stretching through the right hip as we really engage here through that left glute, and then walk those hands forward, melting into this move. So breathing in to the lungs, of course, and into the lower back. Think and be aware of where your breath is going, okay? So any tight pockets of tension, all right, any muscles that need to be released, I want you to focus on inhaling and exhaling into those areas. As you come up, take a deep breath in, and then bringing that left leg up again, heel towards the bottom, All right, good job, team. Stretching up through that hip, and then let's pedal those feet out for a few. Good job, team. Right, we're going to open up those hips now. So going to a left hip opener, so bringing that right leg up, stepping that forward, and then rolling here through those toes to open up through the left hand side. So rolling forward and back as we drop that knee down, rounding here through the head. You'll really feel this down from your neck into the front of your hip as you stretch, breathe through this movement. Good job, team. And then we're going to adjust here, bringing that up. So hands above the head, and then bringing those elbows down. So we're just opening up here through the chest, making sure that we're keeping our pelvis nice and neutral. So think of squeezing here through that left glute, which is going to open up the left hip, and then bringing the hands behind the back. Let's open up through the chest as we push down through the hands, bringing those arms up above the head, back to your starting position as we lift up here, and then pedal this move out as we take it onto the other side. So take your time, pedal through this movement, bringing that left leg up now, and then stepping forward here between the hands, bringing that left hand on the inside of the foot as we round up through that right hip, dropping that knee down, and then tucking that chin under so we really get it into the front of that hip now. Take a couple of nice deep breaths in, and as you exhale, think about where you are releasing and where you're feeling tension, right? Bringing that foot in between the hands as we bring those arms above the head, and again, bringing those elbows towards each other as we open up through the chest, squeezing through that right glute, which is going to open up the right hip. Good job, team. And then bringing those hands behind the back, pushing those shoulders down away from the ears, creating some space here as we stretch down. All right, and keep pushing forward through that right hip as you squeeze that right glute. It's going to feel great opening that up after your workout. Good job, team. And then reaching those arms above the head, one more big stretch up here through the psoas, You're going to put those hands, place those hands on either side of the foot, pedal those feet back. Good job, team. Shake out those ankles a little bit, and then really push into this movement down, sinking into the ground, really melting those hands down into the ground as we come into child's pose. So keeping those knees together, we're going to just round out here through the back. Send that tailbone to the back of the room as you push those hands into the floor. And then you're going to round up here. Good job, team. Right, take a deep breath in as we shift positions here onto the floor. We're going to bring our right leg in, right, extending that left leg. And we're going to bring that right arm up above the head. And then we're going to just think about growing nice and tall as you round over into this beautiful stretch here for the lower back, grabbing on those toes and really thinking about length here through the crown of the head. So not rounding through the back, thinking of growing tall through the crown of the head as you lower your chest down towards the leg. Let's change over. So left leg is coming in now. I'm going to raise that the right arm up, arms and legs above the head, and then round into the stretch as you grab those toes with both arms here, both hands, and think of length here through the crown of the head. Good job, team. Nice deep breaths. You should really feel this through the lower back and through the hips. Good job, team. Couple of deep breaths in here. Just really breathe into the stretch. Sink down into the stretch. Good job, team. Right, let's move on into some lovely little butterfly stretch here. So feet together. Bring them as close as you can to your body. And we're gently just going to rest our hands on our feet and our forearms on our lower legs. Good job as we push down with our elbows and just open up here through the hips. Good job, team. Again, we're not rounding through the back. You can lower your chest down towards the floor, but keep length and maintain that length through the crown of the head. Right, coming up, let's open those legs up, and then let's maintain that motion here of just growing tall through the crown of the head as you place those hands in front of you. Stretch out through those inner thighs. Good job, team. Placing each hand right on each foot as we just continue to grow through the stretch. Good job, team. You're going to feel this here through the inner thighs, through the lower back, through the arms, and just melt down into the stretch. Good job, team. All right, let's take it into a quad stretch. So onto our stomach here. We are nearly there. Stay with me. Bringing that right leg up. You're going to have your left arm here in front of your head, and you're just going to rest your forehead here on your lower arm as we bring that right leg up towards our bottom, or rather our right heel towards our bottom, as you push into the ground with the leg, changing over onto the other side. Good job. Really pushing that left thigh into the floor as you bring that heel towards the bottom, and think of sending your knee away from you to create length. Right, a couple of deep breaths in and out here. Good job, team. And then extending out here. Good job. All right, let's stretch this out. So rolling onto our back now. All right, slow and steady onto the floor. Let's stretch this out. So we're going to extend those legs, thinking of pushing our back into the floor. Extend those arms above the head and take a deep breath in as you exhale, round up. So lifting that back off the floor, grow as tall as you can. And then release, bringing that right leg up, bringing that left leg across into a nice glute stretch here. So making sure that your left leg is below, or actually above, as you're lying above your knee, right? As you bring that towards you, get into that glute there on the left hand side. If you want a little bit more resistance, bending that right knee, just going to create a little bit more tension here as you stretch through that left glute. Good job, team. Right, stretching those legs out in front of you. Big stretch. Bring those toes down towards your shins, and bring those legs towards you as we take this onto the other side. So bending that right knee and then just resting that above your left knee as we stretch through that right glute, bringing that left knee towards you. Right, relaxing through your neck. There shouldn't be any tension through your neck here. Relaxing through this movement as we extend up here, bringing those knees towards the chest. Good job. And then extending them out. Nice big stretch. Extend. And then bring that left knee into your chest as you stretch out through that right hip flexor in the front, pointing those toes on the right hand side. Good job. Stretching over. So bringing that right knee in, flexing the heel on the left hand side, and really think about length as we point the toes now on the left. Really get into that left hip. Stretching that out. And then releasing both legs, nice big stretch up, arms above the head, lifting the lower back off the floor. Good job, team. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, rounding down. Good job, into seated position, and then lifting onto the knees, tabletop position here, as we go into a down dog, pedaling those feet out a bit, stretching into those heels. Make this move your own, but really sink in as deep as you can into the stretch before you walk your feet towards your hands, and then rolling up one vertebra at a time, releasing through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Good job, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care.